Well, good morning. I'm Magnus Linklater and welcome to the latest Times Forum here in the Royal Scots Club in Edinburgh. And we're here to talk about recruiting reservists for the next decade of Britain's military needs. And round the table will be employers, representative of all the services, to talk about how you can persuade companies, small companies in particular, to release men and women for the reservists.
We need to reach out and really educate people far more of the benefits of having reservists in the workforce. And we can do that through a variety of ways. The first, obviously, is to try and attract employers so that they come face to face with the reservists in their reservists environment, so they get a better understanding and awareness of what their employees actually do in the reserve forces.
We've always had a relationship with employers that has been based on communication, but I'm not sure we've done it as formally as we're currently now doing it. So that would include at least one letter at the beginning of every training year to try and establish with the employer what it is that we seek to try and do with the reservists that year, and then explain to the employer what the mutual benefits of that service will be.
The dialogue that we need to engage with employers to try and make sure that they have flexibility in releasing people with the same degree of flexibility that we'll be hoping to use them, I think is an area that we've only just started to touch upon. And I'm not sure at this stage we have all those answers.
We already enjoy a very, very close working relationship with public sector and military. The public have always been big fans and big public supporters of the military. Moving ahead, what can be done within the public sector for reservists, for ex-regular reservists. We have the Armed Forces Covenant, we have the Corporate Covenant, we have the Community Covenant. There's a whole lot of work in progress that can only get better, more evolved as time goes on.
Certainly we absolutely agree that positive engagement with employers at all levels is vital, both for maintaining the dialogue with my reservists who have employers, and also for part of the ongoing recruiting story.
The area where we're finding their problems are small, medium enterprises, the SMEs. And one of the reasons behind that is that many of them don't have an HR team in-house. It's outsourced to an HR consultancy, and in a lot of cases the HR consultancies are not up to speed with the policy and procedures for dealing with reservists. They don't know the policies that are available on Saber's website.
I think it's more complex from the point of view of the nature of the business and perhaps the spread of the individuals as to whether or not, and their expertise, as to whether or not you can immediately substitute one for the other if you have a reservist that needs to go and serve. But certainly it's easier for a large employer, and I think there is a willingness, certainly with Barclays, we're very keen to support, but there needs to be a greater understanding in terms of the reservists, the skills that are needed whilst they're away, and the skills that can replace, so that we can use our greater resource in terms of people to better effect to be able to support more.
It's necessary for the accreditation of a military qualification to be easily understood in civilian qualification, i.e. as an SVQ.
What we intend to do is hopefully bring the employers in from the big companies and the small companies into the unit for a more formal day, discussions, linking in with them and just putting the point across what the reservists can actually do and bring to the party for their obviously their civilian employers.
Well, we've had a very full and robust discussion about the whole question of how we recruit the next generation of reservists for Britain's military needs. And what we've raised in the course of this morning's discussion are critical issues. Why is it of advantage to a company to release somebody to join the reservists? How can that offer be improved? What should the military do to improve training so that people go back into the world of work with greater skills? These and many other issues have been robustly, I would say, discussed, and the results are very interesting indeed.